subscribe to Go Doctor Who. And if you don't, then you can go.
Hello guys, what you can get up to, and today we're going to do 5 things that made the 11th Doctor great. So yeah, let's get into it. We did a playlist of 5 things that made each series great, and 5 things that made each Doctor great. Now we're on to the 11th Doctor. So yeah, check them playlists out if you haven't already and you want a bit of positivity, because we're trying to keep positivity in the fandom at these boring, dark times of the coronavirus. So yeah, let's continue. 5 things that made the 11th Doctor great. Number 1. Stephen Moffat. I mean, yes, Stephen Moffat wrote Sherlock and Doctor Who at the same time and did wonders with them both. Stephen Moffat did Matt Smith's era quite well as a fairy tale. I mean, Matt Smith with Amy and Rory were quite fairy tale-y, and especially Amelia Pond aspect in the 11th Hour, and that was nice. And then we had a different tone, obviously with Peter Crowley, but Stephen Moffat talking about 11th Doctor, and it worked well. I mean, the finale of 11th Doctor's regeneration story, that was basically all meant to be series 8, and then Matt Smith said no, I'm going to go in Christmas, so all that stuff from series 8 got moved into one episode of Matt Smith's regeneration story, which is interesting and hard work for Stephen Moffat to do, but not as hard as the 50th anniversary. And Stephen Moffat definitely made a celebration towards the end of Matt Smith's era, which definitely made 11th Doctor's era great. It was a celebration time of the show, 50th anniversary, Matt Smith and David Tennant and John Hurt and the War Doctor and all that 50th jazz of the Time War and all that stuff was definitely something interesting that made the 11th Doctor's era great. And yeah, Stephen Moffat definitely did all that. Second on the list, 5 things that made 11th Doctor era great was Matt Smith. Matt Smith's performance was incredible and bumbling, clowny and childish and angry. He can play anger so well, but he's mainly all bumbly and clowny and running about, and yeah, he's clever. He plays the fool, but he's the smartest man in the room, and he's definitely a kid, the youngest incarnation of the Doctor, yet he grows old in his last story as one of the oldest Doctors to live, which was interesting and fun. And yeah, he definitely was a brilliant Doctor, and Matt Smith's performance was phenomenal. And yeah, next up was 5 things that made Matt Smith's era great was number 3, the companions. The companions of Clara. Let's go for Clara first. She was an interesting plot point and constantly dying and building something for the Doctor to investigate throughout series 7, the later half. And yeah, I think that the companions did well. Clara did well. She helped the Doctor in the 50th anniversary. She helped in Name of the Doctor, and that was a big thing with the plot twist of who she is and all that. And then we got the 11th Doctor's last story, and I thought that was quite fitting how the youngest Doctor dies as an old man and saves the world and all that. And now we go on to Series 5, Series 6, and the late half of Series 7. Yeah, Amy and Rory, they definitely helped the 11th Doctor and were a big thing that made the 11th Doctor great. Amy and Rory's connection was brilliant, and them as a couple. And then we got Matt Smith as with Amy and Rory, and them developing as a trio, a duo, you know? Yeah, and Rory definitely helped. I mean, I'm not that much of a fan of Rory as much as other people, but he definitely made it great. And then we also had Amy, who grew up in this fairy tale of Amelia Pond and then grew up to Amy as an adult, and that was a nice start. And it was also a fairy tale, you could say, throughout Matt Smith's era of him growing up and stuff like that. And yeah, Amy definitely helped the 11th Doctor and definitely made him a better character and a better Doctor because of it. And yeah, it was just nice between them all. And then he had to let him go in the end of Series 7. And then we have River Song, who was a lovey-dovey love life and timey-wiminess that endured the 7th Doctor and the mystery. And yeah, definitely had good companions and interesting ones to go down and made 11th Doctor great. And 4th thing, 5 things that made the 11th Doctor great was his new era, his new feel, his new tone. It was completely different to the 9th Doctor and then 10th Doctor and how they took their tone of the episode. It was a fresh start, and it did have that. Yes, it's quite interesting different tone and comedic tone, but also they could do dark tones as well. But it just felt different, it felt fresh, it felt unique and brand new and now. And it still does that to this day in a way, and credit to the writers and the tone they were going down and the fairy tale-ness aspect. So yeah, that definitely put a tone of a series or a tone of the Doctor's era is definitely something you're gonna make or break with the Doctor's story, I guess, because if you don't like their era or the way they're going with direction or stuff, you're not gonna particularly enjoy the Doctor in a way, you could say. So yeah, definitely they made that great and it worked. And finally, 5 things that made the 11th Doctor great was just, yeah, it was basically just Murray Gold as well. Murray Gold music was on point and interesting, and Name of the Doctor, Day of the Doctor, I Am the Doctor, yeah, that's it, I Am the Doctor, constantly played in the background to get in your noggin. Yeah, it was just quite nice, and yeah, one of the best musics. And there's 5 things that made Matt Smith's era / 5 things that made 11th Doctor great and stand out from other Doctors and stuff like that. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, I did 5 things that made the 10th Doctor great as well, that have just come out today, so check that out if you want more. And check out the playlist. And finally, 5 things that made each Doctor great: the 12th Doctor and the 11th Doctor, 12th Doctor and the 13th Doctor tomorrow. So yeah, there's plenty of videos to keep coming, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more daily videos on the channel. See you guys very soon. Have a nice day. Also check out Dr. Falls for helping me do the intro and give me the template for me to edit around and mess with. And yeah, credit to him, and go and check his channel out.